Well, hello there, ladies and gents. I'm Tammy Sipnewski, your crypto queen. Thank you so much for popping by my channel. Please know that this is not financial advice. I'm only here to entertain you, but I will say this, try to only buy on those red candles. So tonight is a sponsored video by Banana Task Force Ape. And the great thing about that is not only did they sponsor this video, but they're also going to be on possibly next week or maybe the week after that for an Ask Me Anything, an AMA. So are they doxxed? Yes, there's been a lot of creators already working with these guys for months. They've been on the scene, setting up for this token launch, getting everything ready, getting their NFTs in place. And you guys might know Rodney, My Crypto Journey. They made that little NFT for him that had the paper bag over the head that said, I'm not a walking degen. How cool is that? So what I want to do whenever we review a token, what are the important things to us to make sure that we're putting our money into a legitimate project so that we can earn profits? We want to know if the devs are doxxed, and in this case, yes, the devs are doxxed. Do they have white papers? Have they been audited? You know, where is their token price? What's the circulating supply? Is their liquidity locked? All of these things are super important to make sure that we're in a legitimate project. So let's find out all of these questions about Banana Task Force Ape. So what we're going to do is jump on over to their website and have a little peek-see. And as we can see, how cool is this website, right? So they indeed look like a task force. They actually look like they're on some kind of stakeout, these two apes. And up here, you can see there's an about button, tokenomics, roadmap. They have all their documentation. They have their pitch deck, their white papers, the token metrics, tokenomics, their team, members, the Ape Wallet dashboard. So they do have a dashboard. So if you're already invested and you have your wallet connected, this is a good way for you to keep track of what is going on with your BTFA tokens. If you have them staked, you'll be able to jump onto that dashboard and find out what's going on, how much money you're making out of those mines. And of course, we have all the links right up here. Link to their Telegram, to their Discord, Twitter, and Instagram. And I do like the look of their website, right? Looks super cool. Here's a great thing. They've already been audited by Interfi. They did pass their audit, but they're dipping in for a second audit from CerTic. And as we know, CerTic, that is the gold standard. When you see an audit, you want to make sure it's a CerTic audit. So they are in the process of getting that CerTic audit. And of course, once it's done, they'll release it. So here's a little peek-see at their NFT project. And of course, the BTFA is going to be the root token of their NFT project. Welcome to the Banana Task Force Ape. Is a collection of 10,000 task force apes with over 200 unique traits. What makes BTFA special is the NFT holders have a shared stake in our company and a revenue generated from Blip Studios. That's what you want, right? You just don't want those simple JPEG NFTs. You want to make sure that the NFTs have utility. And it sounds like the utility with these is going to be generating some income, which is great. The benefit of being a BTFA token member includes being whitelisted to future NFT mint collections, airdrop of our governance token, Banana Index, complimentary VIP access to tiered events, and guaranteed spots in future IDOs. Now, what makes that so important is the fact that when they were launching this, hello, thank you very much. Oh, I just jumped over here and I noticed I already got some super chats. Thank you, Paul, from the Archie Nico token. Thank you very much. He's always in the house. Thank you. And we also got, wow, a $50 bomb from Big Fiji. BTFA looks extremely bullish. It does look extremely bullish. As a matter of fact, we are going to be definitely pulling up the chart and doing some technical analysis once I roll on through the website. But I have to say this. Why this is so important that you're going to have, if you have an NFT from Banana Task Force Apes, why it's so beneficial to you. Do you know when this project was in pre-sale mode, their pre-sale sold out, I think it was like in 5 or 10 minutes. It was some ridiculous amount of time that, everybody got into this project and it was quickly sold out. It wasn't like, hey, They were hanging out there for like a day until they raised their 40 ETH. Nope, it went super fast. That's how you know there's demand for this project. When their presale sells out that fast, you know you're in a good project. And if you own an NFT, it's basically going to guarantee you a spot for any new projects that they have going on down the road, going to get you in very nice and early. And I mean, come on, look at these NFTs, right? Let's see if I could zoom in up here. Look how cute they are. And like all the other NFTs, there's certain things about their NFTs that do make them rare. And the more rare they are, the more beneficial they are. And I'm trying to see if the one that they gave to Rodney is going to scroll up. And if you own the NFT, you own the rights to it. You can do anything you want with it. Rodney did have his as his profile picture on Twitter for a little bit. So let's scroll on down. Why Banana Task Force Ape? Our NFTs are deflationary. Floor supported by our governance and holders will have 20% shared stake in our company's revenue. Burn. NFTs will be purchased weekly at a market price by our governance contract, then burned. Floor support royalties from every transaction on OpenSea will support our floor ownership. Holders will have a commercial ownership and digital rights of their NFTs acquired. Going down, the currency amongst apes. BTFA, native integration. Our native token gives holders special access to our private NFT Discord. Okay, so nobody can just go on the Discord. You have to own one of these NFTs to sort of be invited to that Discord, which you will be able to connect and network with fellow peers. Also, it acts as a membership to access to future IDOs if their wallet passes risk assessments. BTFA tokenomics consists of 2% distributed to liquidity and 8% allocated to the marketing and wallet from every transaction. The result ensures that not only are we able to keep the chart healthy by proper I'm so sorry guys, wait a minute. I know this stinks. It's gotta happen. The glasses, they've gotta go on. The results ensure that not only are we able to keep the chart healthy by proper liquidity distribution, but we can also focus on proper marketing and development. That's your answer, right? Because 2% going to the liquidity pool is wonderful. It holds the floor. It makes sure that if you wanna ever sell your token, that liquidity is there and you can sell your token. That 8% to marketing, that's a big deal. Normally, you don't see projects that have 8%. Normally, it's lower. But then what happens is sometimes their marketing runs out of steam. And when that happens, the chart suffers. Everything starts to lag. Everything starts to go down. And I think one of the most important things, especially in the NFT game, is going to be marketing. Make sure that everybody's tweeting about it, make sure there's constantly video circulating. That's one thing that I think a lot of other projects are lacking on is that marketing aspect. They blow it when it comes to the marketing. They have a great project, but if they're not marketing it in the proper way, the project it's just not going to move. So I think they made a very wise decision when they chose an 8% for the marketing wallet. Ape alone weak, but together strong. Banana Index. Our governance token main functionality is to keep the chart healthy through hard-coded liquidity tokenomics built into its contract. In addition, our governance token ensures that our floor support for both NFT and native token will be more elastic and potentially less volatile. Bandex will become a hub to stake against multi-chain pairs on Phantom, Binance, and Matic platforms. So what's that? That means that you'll be able to move not only through Ethereum, which is very expensive, but also through Phantom, Binance, and Matic. Those are other blockchains. Well, cheaper. Tokenomics, 2% to the liquidity pool, 8%. Oh, earn up to 80% APY. Or we're going to get to that later. 8% of every transaction goes to the marketing wallet for development, media expansion, and exchange listings. They're already on an exchange. They're already listed on Hotbit. How crazy is that? They launched last week and they already have a nice listing on Hotbit, which is, when you're on an exchange with a token that has utility, That's a game changer. Now let's go to the vaults here. That's why I skipped over this staking rewards thing. Let's hit this, and we're going to take a little peek see at the. Let me share the screen. Hold on a second. Here we are. So I want to read this to you because this is simply awesome. If you own the BTFA token, you don't just have it sitting in your wallet, collecting dust, not doing anything for you. If you choose to go into one of these vaults and stake your tokens, look at those APYs. That's a huge, huge APY. So if you put your tokens in there for 7 days, which is only a week, you are going to get 30% APY. And to do that, you need a minimum of 50 million of the Banana Task Force tokens. If you withdraw it early, you're going to be hit with a 25% early withdrawal fee. So don't, make sure that when you lock your tokens up in these vaults, you're definitely not going to have to withdraw them early because you're going to get punished. A 25% punishment should be enough to, make everybody not want to early withdraw. Not only do they have a 7-day one, but they have a 30-day and also a 60-day vault. The longer you leave it in there, you could see the longer you leave it locked up, the higher percentage your APY goes. The 30-day one is 50%, and the 60-day is 80%. Now the amounts do vary. If you want to jump into the month vault, you have to have a minimum of 100 million. If you're jumping in for 2 months, you have to have a minimum of 150 million. Now let's go back to the website and let's check out their roadmap. Now you could see, there's already a lot of stuff checked off this roadmap for a token that is this new. But like I said before, this is not something that they just, boom, threw together in a couple of days. This has been a well thought out project, so well thought out that they've been working with a lot of influencers over the past couple of months. It's not just been weeks, it's been months that these guys have put the word out and have been working with people to do marketing for this project so that, when it hit the scene, the pre-sale went, I told you, like 10 minutes. It's incredible. So yeah, I do agree with Leo. If you stake it, you make it. Absolutely, 100%. And that's right. Who can't leave something in there for a week? Absolutely right. So looking at the roadmap, we can see that it's an ambitious, very ambitious roadmap, but I think they're going to do it. Uh, they'll probably be listed on CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko very shortly. They just need a certain amount of days and volume to go along with that in order to get on there. Governance AMA, they're going to go on somebody's channel to talk about that. Phase 3, because look at phase 1's already all checked off, right? Phase 2, almost all done. Phase 3, they're going to do their governance, launch and airdrop, BTFA, NFT presale, tier 2 exchange listing, project incubation, AMA, BSC bridge establishment, meaning that you're going to be able to they're going to have a bridge from Ethereum on over to the Binance Smart Chain, Hotbit governance token, and Probit listing. Phase 4, they're going to acquire a physical art studio, brand Bible audit, celebrity sport endorsement, retailer clothing partnership, and phase 5, second NFT released, art gallery event, silent minting auction, and Apapalooza. Who doesn't want to go to an Apapalooza, right? So down here it says how to buy. And of course, you can buy on Uniswap. You could buy directly off their Ape wallet. You can buy, of course, on Dex Tools. And there is the Hotbit button. If you want to buy on Hotbit, boom, you just hit there. And look what is right next to it. Buy on L Bank. So it looks like the next exchange that's going to be, that their token is going to be listed on is going to be L Bank. So these guys are getting some stuff done. Look at here. You can buy Ethereum with your credit card right off their website, making it super easy for you to get access to BTFA. And once you do have that, oh man, it's so easy to stake your tokens, right? We already did that. You just jump on over there, you use your dashboard to stake the tokens. But I'm going to go back to the top of the website because there are some things that I think we need to go through. Number one being, I want to take a look at their pitch deck. We know what a pitch deck is. A pitch deck is, well, we'll just hit it so you guys can see what it is. It's just going to be a detailed drawing of everything, a little sample of what their NFTs are going to look like, and an explanation of what their project is all about. And this particular NFT right there, that's the NFT that they gave to Rodney. You might remember he had that as his Twitter profile picture like 2 months ago, I think. Like, it wasn't just recent. These guys have been in the process of putting this all together for a while, and good for them, right? That because Rodney has such a huge following, everybody loves Rodney, that it's great that they got on board with him. So we go through the pitch deck, and you can see our mission, BTFA's mission is to create a high liquidity, sustainable structure that constantly grows its foundation. Our primary way of doing this is to have each token and NFT contract work together to support one another, right? It's different than other projects that just have those simple JPEG NFTs, because when you have that, I mean, it's okay to have an NFT project, that's great, but if you don't have a utility to back it up, what is it? It's just a simple JPEG that anybody can get their hands on and use. There's really nothing to back it up. But being that they have utility behind this NFT project, I think that makes a huge difference. So going back to the pitch deck over here. If you're interested in getting in, I definitely recommend that you go through their pitch deck and their white papers and see what they're all about. And they have made a few different donations to some charitable causes, which is really good. And they have been supporting, of course, animals, which is great. Here's your tokenomics showing you how they divvied up the tokens from the private sale to the launch. And this is the roadmap for their NFTs. And there is all their links if you want to get in touch with them. So we did the pitch deck. They do have the white papers. Let's go to the token metrics. Okay, so we do have, I have to go back to StreamYards to make sure that's up. Yep. Okay. Okay, so their total supply is 1 trillion tokens. They did raise $96,000 in the private sale and 144,000 public. So the initial circulating supply is, of course, 1 trillion. So listen, this is not something that these guys, like I said, they just didn't throw it together. This has been well thought out. This looks like a really well strategically put together NFT project, because some of them, I've said it before, I'm not a huge fan of NFT projects just because I think sometimes they can lack in value, and right? They lack in value. But it seems like this one doesn't. They mean business. They've allocated the money, what they need to do some marketing, spread the word about their project, and they're already thinking about the future. Okay, if you own an NFT here, you're going to be able to get first dibs on the NFTs that we release next time. And being that that pre-sale went so fast, that that's going to go fast too. It just simply is. And that's the way, when somebody is doing something really well, they're winners, as we all know, they're winners. So let's just click on over to their dashboard so that we can take a look at what their dashboard looks like. Now, if I don't have any BTFA tokens, I'm thinking about buying in, but we can see their dashboard, right? Look how nice it's going to be. To connect your wallet, all you have to do is hit that blue button that says connect wallet. And when you have your wallet connected that your BTFA tokens are stored in, that's going to populate all of this information. Okay. You'll be able to see exactly what's going on with your staking. If you do have any tokens staked, you'll be able to hit that staking button, and it's going to tell you, okay, this is, what you've earned with your staking. And, this way you can keep track of it. So let's go to the chart, my favorite thing in the world. Let's check out the chart because this is what, some information if you're thinking about getting into BTFA, this is what you have to know. If you didn't get into the presale, okay, well then where should I buy in? What's a good entry point for me to get into BTFA? Or do I buy from here? Do I buy on Uniswap? Or should I go over to one of the exchanges like Hotbit where it's launched? Or should I wait for it to launch on L Bank? So let's take a look here. Now I'm looking at the I always keep it on 4-hour candles because this is the best way to do technical analysis, but because this project is newer, as we can see, it launched on April the 4th, I might reduce the candles down to an hour just so that we have some more historical data here to look at. Now, what I like to see here is a pattern of what's known as higher highs and higher lows, meaning that each time that there's a low, the low goes up, the low goes up, the low goes up. So that's definitely a bullish formation. We can see here the launch, boom, 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 boom. Now, normally when a launch has these ginormous green candles, it's usually that next red candle usually comes all the way down, but we can see that didn't happen here. Came down about halfway and immediately recovered. And of course, we know what that is, right? That's people who got into the presale who immediately take profits because we always tell you guys to do that, right? Make sure that you're protecting your initial investment by taking it out of the token. This way, you're protected no matter what happens with that. You're leaving yourself a nice little moon bag, but you're protecting your initial investment. We always say that. So that's why that chart happens to look like that. Doesn't mean anything. It just meant some people took their initial investments, leaving this chart super healthy. And as soon as they did that, look what happened. Came springing right back. Then there was more profit taking. And as we can see, more people were getting in here. It's just entered into an area of accumulation and we're having higher highs. As we can see, that was an all time high right there, and higher lows, meaning the new lows never quite come down to that initial first low. So, as we can see here, there are two green candles here. But the thing is, we can see right here, there was a little bit of a double bottom, and then we saw a huge run up here. Could we be in the process of forming a double bottom right here? Like, could this green candle turn into a few green candles like how these turned into? That's the thing though, right? You don't know. So what we like to do is take a little peek see at what the buy and sell action is of BTFA and look at all of those buys. Okay. Yes, there are some reds in there, but there's a lot of buys, especially more recently. So this is, going back from the time that the token launched last week. So that's, yeah, hey, a lot of buy action right here. I would wait. Let me see. I'm actually going to take this candle down to 30 minutes just so that I could see if I would buy in here because you guys know I always say never buy on a red candle, but I want to make sure that we're not about to have a little bit of a bull run here. This might be a good entry because the project is so new and it has so much momentum, this could be a good time because it could make a new all-time high. Listen, not financial advice, but looking at the chart and, it's just there's look at all of those buys and they're serious buys. Someone just bought in for almost 2.5 ETH. I mean, there's half an ETH. You could see that there's serious buys going in there. Serious buys going in. Now let's take a look over on the left-hand side. We can see that the holder count, according to Dex Tools, is 887. That doesn't mean that they exactly have 887 holders. It could mean that some people have a few different wallets. So what I like to do is to bounce off Ethereum, not Ethereum, Etherscan because they tend to have a more put together holder count, something that's a little more accurate. But looking back at this, we can see that they have total liquidity of $768,000 as of right now. So what I want to do, and I know that the liquidity is locked, but what we're going to do is head on over. If they have it locked in Unicrypt, we'll be able to see it from here. Okay, so they're looks like it's not locked on Unicrypt. I think I heard it's locked on Pink Sale. I think that's where it's locked, but it's definitely locked for a year. I know that for absolutely sure. Oh, did I not have it on the Etherscan? My bad. Hold on a second. Let me go back. So it's not locked up on it's not locked up on that, but it is definitely locked for a year. So what I want to do now from here, I'm just going to bounce on over to Etherscan, just have a quick little peek see as to how many holders Etherscan is saying that they have. And how we do that is we go over to the Etherscan symbol from Dex Tools. We're just going to hit that. Now, according to Etherscan, that is a lot more accurate than Dex Tools. They do have a total of 891 holders, so they are looking good in the holder count, 891 holding strong. And if we come down, we can see we go to holders, and the big wallets here, of course, this is going to be probably the deployer wallet, and you always know what the tokens hold by having this little contract symbol right there. You can hover over it and it's going to say, yes, it's, oh, actually, this one's the deployer. Um, this is under contract. You could see this is where they have the liquidity for Uniswap. If you go on Uniswap to buy, and probably one of these is the Hotbit one, probably. So how you guys feeling about BTFA? It would be nice to get the the devs on here for a nice AMA to ask them some questions about exactly how long had they been working on this project before they launched it. When can we expect that governance token? What's going on with the NFTs on OpenSea? How successful do they think they're going to be? When can we expect the CertiK audit to be done? Because it is in there now. They do have their InterFi audit done, but having that CertiK audit, as we know, it's just the gold standard. It's the best thing to do is to have the CertiK audit. So they do have the white papers as well. And the white papers, I'll have to say, it looked very similar to the pitch deck. But if you're thinking about getting into this token, I recommend you have a peek see at it, especially if you're someone that's like really into NFTs. Like you see a bright future for NFTs, especially NFTs that have serious utility, and that's just your jam. You like the NFTs. This is a really hot project to get into. If you want something that's going to build value, but it's not crazy expensive, like Board Ape Yacht Club, but you kind of want like the middle class version of Board Ape Yacht Club, like this could be a good alternative for you guys. And I think all of their NFTs look really cool. I like them. So it's, normally NFT projects, I'm not crazy about them. But when you have something that has utility, oh, so we have Terry. Terry seems to know some answers. Governance token, 1 month after launch. So it'll probably be in about 3 weeks coming up because it launched last week. This has already been on YouTube. I'm actually late to the game because I wanted to stagger my video because Rodney did a video, Ryan did a video, Holistic did a video, Jazz did a video, and like they kind of did them like back to back. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna stagger mine out. This way my video, when it comes out, it won't be back to back up against somebody else's video, but I just wanted to put it out there because we are going to have the devs on the channel for an AMA. So you know what that means? We're going to be able to ask them anything we want about this project. We're going to get all kinds of answers out of them. So if you have questions for these developers that you'd like to have asked, make sure you come over when we have the AMA, or you can ask us in advance. You can follow me on Twitter, hit me up on Twitter, send me a DM and say, hey, when you have the developers from that project on, make sure you ask them this particular question because I'm thinking about getting in. But, you know, I want to know something about Banana Task Force Ape before I do. That would be your opportunity. And Terry is saying 3 exchange announcements next week. Top 10 exchanges. They're not fooling around, right? Now, hey, Terry, is that after the L Bank launch? Is it something other than L Bank? And then we have Moby saying, hold BTFA for a whitelist for the NFTs. Absolutely. Oh, Terry says yes. So listen, it's looks like they're just banging out exchanges. So aren't these guys smart? Let me just say this, okay? Because normally, people have their tokenomics and they have all of these numbers running in together. 2% for this, 1% for this, 2% for this, and then 1.5% for this and this and this. And then they leave their dev and marketing wallet like 2% or 3%. And there's no momentum with the cryptocurrency. There's no momentum. The chart flatlines and then it plunges. They're not getting on new exchanges and it hurts the project and it hurts the holders. And, before you know it, then everybody gets tired of it. They start selling out of it. They want to get the hell out of it. They want to recover their money. But these guys were like, you know what? What are some of the things that the other projects have done that was a mistake? And one of the biggest mistakes they all make is they don't carry through with marketing and getting on exchanges in a timely fashion. They think that just because you're the new token that particular week doesn't mean you're going to be the hot new project forever. You have to follow through with different things to keep your face in front of everybody. And if you're not doing it, guess what? You need to market to get that to happen. Some of the bigger projects that kind of messed up when it came to that, I don't even want to say their name, but now look at their charts. It's a good cryptocurrency, but because they lacked in marketing, they didn't envision what their marketing plan should be, and it hurt their chart, which in turn hurt their holders, which in turn caused people to panic sell, right? I think that this project, if I had to point at one that said, "Hey, it seems to me like they know what they're doing as far as marketing goes," it's this one. It seems like they got their stuff together. It's well thought out and well planned out. So yeah, I mean, hey, Terry's right, man. If they're launching all of these exchanges back to back to back, one of them is a top 10 exchange, it is a good time to buy in. It is a good time to buy in because it's only going to go much higher. And if you hold an NFT, you have an opportunity to get into the whitelisting of the different projects that are launched down the line because look how popular this particular one was, right? Crazy. Sold out in 10 minutes. Probably Terry knows the exact minute and second as to which it's sold out. Right, Terry? I bet you do. NFTs have future revenue share. Absolutely. Yep. We looked at that in the website, and I don't know who designed their website, but it's really good looking. It's a good looking website, and I do like their NFTs. Some project, you see the NFTs, and it's like, you know, it's okay. Oh, Terry, I knew it. Look at Terry saying, I thought it was 10 minutes, 7 seconds. Their pre-sale sold out in 7 seconds. That is insane. That's crazy. I've never heard of anything selling out in 7 seconds. So that shows you the popularity of this particular project. So I will say, yeah, I think it's a good time to buy in. Sherry agrees. Husky even agrees. It's a great time. To buy in, Mobi governance token will support the floor prices for both the native token and the NFTs. I love the website. It's very well made and very appealing. Yes, it is indeed. And there is a 40 Ethereum hard cap on it, filled in 7 seconds. Amazing. Look how cool those NFTs are. Seriously. They're just, you know, it's just a good looking project, good looking NFTs. These guys are serious. And very soon and very shortly, we're going to have them on maybe next week for an AMA. And I'd love to meet the devs. I'd love to meet the minds that put this all together because they did a good job. Like, this is the first time I'm going to be able to look at a dev and say, hey, you know what? When it came to your marketing, you didn't fumble. You did good. You did good on this marketing. So let me know below if you guys are getting into Banana Task Force Ape. I think I'm going to get into Banana Task Force Ape because I know Rodney is in it, Autumn Austin is in it, I think Holistic is in it, Ryan's like, all of the bigger influencers are into this project. Not all of them got into the presale, but they're in the project. And if you're in it, you might as well stake. I mean, look at those crazy APYs. Who can't stake their tokens for 30 days, right? As a matter of fact, they did talk about their staking on their Twitter. So let's bounce on over to their Twitter just so that we can see what they're talking about over here on their Twitter. Oh, I got to share it. Hold on a second. Oh, another super chat. Thank you, Big Fiji. You're the best. I appreciate you. Yeah, so let's look at what they said about this now. They did put this out April 8th. As promised, we have lowered the staking vaults and have reached a record high when it comes to TVL. Over 4.7 is staked within our vaults, which equals up to like $500,000. So that means like almost 5% of their tokens are staked away. So you know what that means? Those people aren't going to be dumping their tokens. So those are locked in there. That means those tokens definitely can't go against the chart and get dumped and hurt it, right? So that's great. Trading for LBank Exchange goes live tomorrow. So the LBank listing is actually live tomorrow. We will be taking on their complete marketing package and using their staking platform to diversify our TVL pools. And you could see here's other people that did videos. They're doing this right, guys. They have so many people involved in this. Staking rewards I've earned so far almost Day 6 complete. Also, the total amount of BTFA being locked by community, currently doing the 25% APY for 7 days. As soon as I'm able to unstake and restake, I'm going to put my tokens in the 80% APY vault. Let's see if we can get this to go a little bigger, right? I just want to make sure it came up on StreamYards. Trying to make this a little bigger, but I guess I can't. Oh, actually I did. I could. So let's see what he's saying, right? So this is the locked balance, April 4th. Looks like April 4th he locked up. What? The amount of BTFA tokens equals the amount of governance tokens you get free. So he locked balance BTFA, April 5th. Is this right? Like, dude, they just keep doubling. So they started with, million, billion, started with over 7 billion on April 4th. By April 9th, it was 54 billion. It went from 7 to 54 billion. And that's not even a week. That's only 6 days here. You guys, that's crazy. So if you buy into the token, you absolutely 1,100% need to do that. You need to stake your tokens. Look, I might just thank you again. Oh, Big Fiji sent me another super chat. BTFA, actual utility token, super bullish. So you guys, this is like, look at that. Oh, I have to take this. Thank you. I appreciate the super chat, but I'm gonna have to take it off the screen so people could see it. This thing. Let me get rid of me too. Nobody cares about me. Yeah, let's make this as big as we possibly can. Can you guys see that? Can you see where they're saying that? Like it's let me try to make it really big. So on April 4th, they started with a well, almost 8. We'll just say 8 billion. Even if they started with 8 billion on April 4th. Look. Oh wait, community locked. Am I reading this right? Is this just the one person's balance or is this community wise? You know what? This is why we need an AMA. This is why we need an AMA. And I'll get it too. So hopefully we'll be able to get the devs on here to talk about it. Okay. Jamama Wama says, no need to sell tokens with staking payouts and leave in for it to compound. Absolutely. There's nothing like a compounding interest. That's for sure. Thanks, Sully. Telling everybody to like and subscribe. I appreciate that, Sully, because, I rarely ever, I just feel weird asking for that. So let me know. Are you guys getting into BTFA? Come on, get into BTFA. Let's check this out. Let's look at the chart one more time. See where there's a good entry point. And I'm saying I think it is just a good entry point because look at all these buys, guys. Since I've been on air, there's been more buy-ins. And the more buy-ins we get, the higher the price is only going to go. I mean, that's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Good time to get into BTFA. I was late to the game here. Was late to the game, but that's okay. We'll get them next time. We'll get into the next thing next time. All right, guys. Well, that was my review of the Banana Task Force Ape token, looking like a really solid project. And once again, I can't believe I'm saying this about an NFT project because I normally don't bring on NFT projects. I don't. The last time I had an NFT project on, it was for a charity. Eh, charity, it's okay to be a charity token, but you know what? There's no real utility for a charity token. It's just nice to have one under your belt to say, you gave something. You gave something to somebody. But this NFT project, dude, it's got utility. And what's the utility? To make some money. That's what it is. They're going to build out a real world art studio. They're going to crank out more NFTs. And if you own an NFT, you're going to get first dibs on the next ones, right? So let's do this. And who knows what else, what they're going to do down the line. They're probably going to do something in the metaverse. We're going to be able to use those NFTs in the metaverse, and those are going to have utility in the meta. I know. I can already tell by the way that they have everything laid out in the website that these guys are forward thinking and they thought about everything. They just thought about everything. So all right, guys. Well, that's going to do it here for me today. I just wanted to do just a quick little review of the. Does anybody have anything else they want to say about the Banana Task Force Ape token before I tune out here? Because I see that there's a lot of people in here showing some love to this project, and it's well deserved because, going back to their Twitter page, did you guys see how many Twitter followers they have? It's like over 6,000 people are 5,407 people follow them on Twitter. And I didn't do the share page thing. 5,407 people are following them on Twitter. That's a lot of people. So that's probably people who have interest in this project, but maybe they just don't have the scratch to get in right now. Like they don't have the money, they don't have the Ethereum to get in right now, but probably maybe on their next paycheck, they're going to get into this project. And, there's a lot of love there for them. Almost 6,000 people following them. So it's really good. Yeah. I normally don't do the NFT thing, but this one, it's doing really well. Yeah, so hopefully AMA next week for them. I have to get in touch with the devs again, but this is just a solid one of those projects that was surprisingly solid. And sometimes it's nice to be surprised by developers because so many times you're let down by developers and you actually think to yourself, why didn't they foresee this? Like, how could they not have known that they were going to need to do marketing and have to pay for marketing and just keep their name in front of everybody and make everybody understand what a great project that takes money to just like everybody. Why do you think people pay big money to get on those Super Bowl ads? Because it pays off. It works. It does. And the majority of people that are into cryptocurrency, they're on Twitter, they're watching YouTube videos from their favorite influencers. I'm not. I know I'm not, but I'm just saying, like Rodney is, Ryan is, Sandstorm is, Ozzy Austin is, all of these guys, people pay attention to what they're saying because they trust them. And I hope you trust me because I just don't bring any old thing onto my channel. Like, I've gotta look at the project and make sure that I think it's a good thing to present to my subscribers. I just don't drag any old thing on here, just so that I can get paid a couple $100 to talk about it. It's not worth it for me, number 1, and I don't want my subscribers to get hurt by any of these projects that are just fly by night kind of projects. I don't do that. My people will tell you I don't do that. So being that this is on here, you know it's a good one. You know it's a good one, people, right? Well, that's gonna do it here for me today. Once I get all of those devs together, figured out a day of where they're going to come onto my channel, onto the Crypto Queens channel, come to the Queen's Court and answer some of my questions. And we'll see them then and get all of that wrapped up. Right, Sherry? Hopefully, Sherry. Sherry, I just want to say thank you. Sherry is the moderator in my live streams. She's here all the time. I don't understand how she's able to come through all of my live streams, but give some love to Sherry. She's been a huge supporter of mine. I really, really greatly appreciate you, Sherry. You are the best. And guys, remember, stay tuned for next week. We're going to find out what the devs have to say about Banana Task Force Ape. And that's going to do it here for me today. I thank you so very much for joining me. And until next time, remember, try to only buy on those red candles. And please take care of your